10th. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. Normally on this show, I spend a lot of time talking about Instagram, partially because it's confusing, partially because there are so many updates about the platform, but I always want to give attention to the other social media platforms as much as I can, and I really want to try more to get as many audio clips around TikTok as I possibly can. Recently, I came across a clip explaining how on TikTok to take control of your comments and DMs to ensure that whatever level of privacy and control you want to have around your comments and DMs, you can. Here's the audio clip from the TikTok team explaining how this works.
Who can comment and slide into your DMs? Welcome back to the Privacy Studio. I'm your guide to TikTok's privacy controls, and today we're talking comments and DMs, the fun stuff. So there can be times when you want to share a post, but you don't want people to leave comments or send you direct messages. The good news is you are in control of this. Are you picking up on the theme yet? TikTok's privacy controls let you choose who can comment on each post, and you can even turn off comments altogether. There's actually a bunch of controls that allow you to decide how people can engage with each video you post or engage with you. If you're over the age of 16, you can easily decide who can send you direct messages to. If you're younger, these settings might be different. And that is a wrap for today. Visit the Privacy Center to learn more about how you can protect your privacy. But for now, you know how to control.
That clip ends a little bit strangely because it's one of those that's going to loop, so it starts back over from the beginning and then it all makes sense, but that doesn't really work in an audio format where you only hear the clip. You get the point. If you come across other TikTok audio clips that you think are valuable, please send them to me. I want to feature them on the show as much as I can. What I would really like is some kind of interview from Shou Chew or some kind of regular audio or video updates that he could make. That would be really helpful. If anybody from TikTok is listening to this, please ask Shou Chew to do exactly what Adam Mosseri does. All right, let's dive into the Mosseri Monday questions. And first, we're going to talk about questions geared around creators. The first one, Instagram is complicated these days. What are the top 3 things creators should know? Here's Adam's answer.
All right, this is my third take on this one because it's a tough one, but I would say 3 things. 1, be super clear and intentional about what you want to get out of using the platform. Why are you using it? Are you trying to evangelize a cause? Are you trying to sell movie or concert tickets? Are you trying to raise your profile? 2, make sure the work that you do, the things that you try are aligned with that goal, are resonating with the people who follow you on Instagram, and are true to your identity. You don't want to compromise that. You have to find that overlap. And then 3 is experiment. You need to try different things over time because what works in that overlap today might not work next year or the year after. So you're going to have to constantly adapt as the world adapts and people's interests change, as challenging as that is. If you do those 3 things, you're much more likely to do well on the platform.
That was nice of me to give Adam the first crack at answering that, and now I'm going to give you my answer. Number 1, I agree with what he said. Figure out what your target is, whether it's a niche or something else. Make it a singular focus of the content that you create. Number 2, focus on making content that will not burn you out so that you can create it for the long haul. And number 3, don't be tied to any specific platform. Create content that can be used everywhere and then post it everywhere. Create it for TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Reels, all the other places. Just make the content one time and then post it everywhere because you should not have any loyalty to the platforms. The platforms can change. Your reach can change. You should have no loyalty whatsoever to them, and they are certainly not loyal to you. That's why I like podcasting, because nobody really owns this except me. Nobody can change my reach overnight. Some of you might decide to stop listening, and that's okay. I respect that. But I don't do any better or worse in any kind of podcasting algorithm. That's the thing I like about podcasts. Okay, let's go on to the next question. What do you think is an underrated feature for creators? This is a fantastic question. I think an underrated feature for creators is CapCut because there are so many things that you could do within the CapCut application that you used to need a much bigger video editor in order to do, but CapCut makes it just so easy. Here's Adam's answer.
Close friends, probably. Close friends are used by a lot of people, but most people don't even know that close friends exists. But it's a great way to have one account, but be able to use it both to reach a broader following and also the people that you know and care about best in your life. So my guess is that would be the most underrated Instagram feature for creators.
If you're not familiar, close friends lets you create an inner circle of people who can see your stories. So, for instance, if you have a business account for your brand or your company, but you still have friends who follow that account, add your friends and other people from your personal life to your close friends, and then not all of your clients or customers will see what you share on your stories because it will just go to that smaller group. Also, they'll see a little green ring around the story, letting them know that it's just for them. Okay, since we're doing close friends questions, let's just do one more. The question, how often do you swap out / update your close friends list? This is a good one because I have not updated my close friends list in a very long time, but I don't really use that personally because I don't mind who watches my stories and who doesn't.
For those of you who don't know, close friends is a way to share feed posts and stories just with a subset of people you really care about. I don't update my list that often. Every once in a while I might add or remove someone, but for the most part, it stays pretty stable for me at around 60 or 70 people at this point.
Okay, we are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about threads, the algorithm, and notes. So stick around. Oh, hey, welcome back. Let's jump into the next questions. The next one has to do with Threads deck. The question, loving Threads deck, are lists coming? I just want to give that question a little bit of context. There was a way to use Twitter called TweetDeck that was very popular in 2010, 2011, 2012, and it was fantastic. I actually really loved TweetDeck. When Elon Musk bought Twitter, he put TweetDeck behind a paywall, and you know the story from there. However, Instagram on Threads has added columns which can allow you to create a very TweetDeck experience using Threads. This is an excellent idea. It shows commitment to the platform, but there is obviously still more ways to improve Threads. So the question, are lists coming, is similar to what Twitter has with lists. I personally don't use lists that much on Twitter, but if you wanted to categorize the people you follow and their tweets, lists is a great way to do that. Here's Adam's answer.
Glad you're enjoying Threads deck. It's a great way to use Threads online, threads.net. We are thinking about lists, nothing to announce just yet, but just trying to make Threads consistently better and better and better over time.
Okay, let's jump to a notes question. I saw your post about notes. What's your favorite way to use notes? I really like to use notes to get my followers' opinions on something, especially something that they can answer quickly or easily. Like for instance, last week I posted to my followers in a note, favorite pizza place, and I got some good local answers of recommendations of pizza places nearby my house. Here's Adam's answer to the question, what's your favorite way to use notes?
The two favorite ways I have to use notes are one, letting people know where I am when I'm traveling, and two, asking questions, things for like recommendations on where to eat or what books to read, things that are easy for people to think of a response to if I want to gather a bunch of takes from friends.
Oh, hey, we had kind of the same answer. Nice how great minds think alike. The last question we're going to do today, can you explain the current algorithm and why it is a riddle to find out its inner workings? Man, is that a question.
Ranking in our algorithms across Instagram are almost always focused on connecting people with content that they're interested in. Because if we do that, they'll be happier. It'll be good for us in Instagram because the usage of the app will go up. And it will actually increase the average amount of reach a creator gets because the overall pie gets bigger. Now, the specifics of the ranking change over time, but that is what we're trying to do. Connect people with content that they love. The thing that I would take a look at if you're a creator and you're trying to better understand why one of your posts got more or less reach than another one of your posts, and I would start by looking at reach for each post, is send rate. So shares per reach. That probably affects your reach more than anything else, and it'll probably explain the biggest differences that you see across the things that you post.
Okay, that is going to do it for today's episode. As always, thank you for listening. And if you have a moment, please leave a review of this show wherever you listen. I include a link to do that on Apple Podcasts in the show notes because that's the best place. Always check the show notes for the links. That's a given. But please, if you have a moment, leave a review. It would help others to find the show, and I would really appreciate it. Be sure to come back next time for more social media news, strategy, and other things you need to know. Wraps up.
Let me tell you a couple things that you should know about me. A product manager, but do not have a bachelor's degree. But actually, that's factually a fraction of me. Another fraction's posting content irregular and irrationally. Still probably won't get a job at the Gram. They forgot, they don't know, or don't care who I am. That's why you never see me at the parties and events. My lack of followers must make me irrelevant. Don't have a course of book to sell to make a bag of grand. Not a social media marketer, don't represent any brands. Plain to see, don't have an agency, but I got a lot of spam. Just putting in the work, without the glitz and glam. Won't catch me eating fish, unless it's shrimp or clam. No six pack, no risk that, there's a gym card in my hand. Don't have a full-time job, but I got a lot of plans. Stay plotting, dropping knowledge on TikTok and Instagram.